Okay, in the era of reboots and revivals left and right, this shouldn't be surprising. But yet, I was still pretty flabbergasted when I saw reports of a Camp Rock 3 being in development. This isn't the first time that a new installment to the franchise has been reported though, so in today's video, I wanted to go over all of the information that we have available regarding this threequel to determine not only its legitimacy, but also what it could potentially be about. Alright, so months ago, it was first reported that Camp Rock 3 was happening. However, thanks to the report originating from a source that, quite frankly, no one has ever really heard of, I feel like a lot of people, myself included, kind of forgot about it. It wasn't until another report was made recently, this time by a site with a relatively more established track record, to get the rumors going again. Only this time, things are looking a lot more official. Known Hollywood insider Daniel RPK revealed on his Patreon account a couple key details. For starters, Tim Friedel, who was known for his work on the High School Musical Disney Plus series, is apparently attached to the project as an executive producer. Heidi Faye, known for her work on Fuller House, is set to write a script. Now, to pause right here briefly, let's discuss these two names. Tim Friedel, given his work on the High School Musical series, theoretically would be an easy pick if someone were to completely make up a report for funsies. However, the name that I am most fascinated with is Heidi Faye because one, she was actually in the initial report from a couple months ago, and two, she is a bit of a random person to attach to this project. But at the same time, this wouldn't be her first time handling a Disney Channel movie. After all, she was a writer on the Slumber Party movie from a couple years back. She clearly has experience not only with kids content, but with Disney Channel specifically. I say she's a bit random though because there are relatively bigger names out there within the world of Disney Channel writers and creators, but having her show up in two different reports now is very interesting, and I think it does mean that this holds some weight. Another thing revealed in the article is that a new character named Sage will be the lead of this movie, though it's unclear at the time the gender of the character since Sage is a pretty unisex name. But if I had to guess, I'd imagine we'd be getting another female lead. Another thing pointing towards this being real is the fact that the Diz Insider, it's an awkward pronunciation, another relatively reliable source for news, has confirmed with their sources that these reports are real. And on top of that, the new movie will be going into production hopefully this summer, with the release date being eyed for next year. There's also a website called Production Weekly that has proven to be reliable in the past when it comes to tracking upcoming projects. And on that site, there is actually a little description for the potential plot of the film. When a popular band needs to find a new opening act, they launch a contest to discover the next big musical talent. Now, assuming this report is true, and I do believe it is, there are some things that are naturally still unclear, given its early stage. For starters, the big question on everyone's mind is who from the original cast, if anyone at all, is coming back. And yeah, it's impossible to tell right now. However, interesting enough, there was an interview with Joe Jonas recently where he was asked if he'd be reprising his role in a potential Camp Rock reboot or sequel, and he played it surprisingly coy.
I can confirm or deny. That's a mezcal. Nor can confirm nor deny.
Now, this could have just been him messing around, but it also could have been something else, you never know. The consensus I've seen online is that Demi would not return for something like this, given how her relationship with Disney and fame in general around this time was going, which, to be fair, still isn't a definitive yes or no. I think this will be one of two things. One, a complete reboot that has nothing to do with the original, set in its own universe, or two, something like the High School Musical series where although it is centered around a new group of kids, some of the original cast members make appearances every now and then, but probably not anyone that received top billing. I do think the latter is probably the best and most realistic case scenario for Camp Rock fans. Anyone expecting a full-on Camp Rock 3 with the original cast is just setting themselves up for failure, not gonna lie. The only other thing we know is that apparently this will be on Disney Plus, which just makes sense since Disney Channel isn't making that much stuff exclusively for the channel nowadays. Other than that though, this is all we know about the newest installment to the Camp Rock franchise, which is looking like a real possibility. In case any more news gets out, I will make sure to update you guys, but for now, that'll end this video. What I want to know is what you guys think about this potential new movie. Let me know in the comments below. Subscribe if you're new, and don't forget to hit that like button. I'm Nostalgia, and I'm out for now. Peace.